Hello to everyone. In this presentation, we are going to see some killing tips for presenting or and public speaking. Why do people have fear of public speaking? According to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking. Number two is death. Death is number two. Does that sound right? This means to the average person, if you go to a funeral, you are better off in the casket than doing the eulogy, said Jerry. Why do we hate public speaking? First of all, sometimes we don't have experience of speaking in public. Secondly, we don't like to be the center of attention. And sometimes we don't like the feelings of being in isolations. Sometimes we don't like to be judged by the audience. We are afraid. And finally, we do have fear of failing. In following slides, we are going to see some phases that anyone can follow and make a successful public speaking or presentation. Presentation, as any other project, can be divided into phases, and these phases are planning, performance, and reflection. Let us start first by planning. During planning phase, one must think about the audience. First of all, you must know your audience. You must know their background on your topic, as well as their expectations on from your presentation. During planning phase also, one must think about outlining the presentation and try to sketch. Prepare your low chart of how you will learn your presentation and make it to happen. Please, during outline phases, remember to build your story. Think that you have to tell what you plan to talk about to the audience. You have to tell your message or deliver the story, and then try to remind the audience what your presentation was about. During planning phase also, one must think about producing what he or she has planned to present. Please think about using visuals, think about preparation, try to repeat, rehearse and rehearse again. And while preparing or planning your presentation, think about the time that you will use. Don't learn over time. And please, when you are rehearsing or repeating, you are trying to develop your self-confidence so that you will avoid getting nervous during a delivery of your presentation phase. After planning phase, let us see a performance phase. During this performance phase, you are delivering your presentation. What you have to think about first, if you are too nervous, please try to use a video at your beginning of presentation. Also remember to open and close each session with a clear transition at appropriate interval of time. And remember to mention what you have covered and where you are about to go. Also, please try to focus on your strongest idea first. During this phase also, try to make your themes clear and consistent. And don't be afraid of making jokes. Be grateful on or use fun. The last thing you must think about during performance time, remember that presenting is not just delivering your message. You must inspire your audience, tell them, wow, this is fantastic, this is nice. After performance phase, we are going to see reflection phase, where you are evaluating how your presentation went and analyzing. Yeah, during this reflection phase, one must try to answer this following question. Please think if you have achieved your objectives. Think if there was engagement between you and the audience, and this will make getting feedback from the audience easily. Please think if your audience was interested or it was bored. Also, you must think if there are some lessons that you have learned during this presentation. And also see what changes you can make in the future to improve the presentation. In this presentation, we have seen why people hate public speaking or they hate presenting in public, and we have seen also 3 important phases of preparing a successful public speaking or presentation, which is the first one is planning, where we have seen that in the planning phase, one must identify the audience, outline the content, and try to put in action what they have planned. The second phase was perform. This is why you are delivering your presentation. We have seen that when you are delivering your presentation, one must open the presentation with confidence and try to do transition in a good way, and set clear themes and which are consistent. Also, one must remember that during presentation, they must inspire and have fun, even including jokes. Lastly, we have seen that the last phase for preparing a successful public speaking or presentation is reflection. After presenting, please try to evaluate the overall effectiveness of your presentation. Try to analyze and then think about making improvement in the future. I would like to thank you all who are following this presentation, and I think that these tips will be very helpful for you to prepare or to deliver a good presentation in the future. Thank you very much.